Emergency diesel fuel. We're going to be making some tonight. We got an emergency situation here. 12% battery and 17% battery. We're going to lose power in 23, maybe less than an hour. We're going to lose power in less than an hour and we got no diesel fuel. So just like any homemade diesel recipe, we're going to use some motor oil. Usually it's used motor oil, but this here's about a gallon. I think maybe a gallon and a half of brand new diesel motor oil. It's Super Tech anyway, so we ain't really losing much. And this tank, it says gasoline, but it's diesel. It's the, well, homemade fuel system for the skid steer. And we've got maybe a half gallon of diesel in here. And we're going to mix some diesel into the motor oil to help thin it out before we go adding the gasoline. I'm going to try and get the viscosity right by using as little gasoline as possible. I was going to unstrap the gas tank, well, the diesel tank, and see if I could pour it in here. But I think the electric fuel pump can do the work for us. Let's see. Oh no, the battery's dead. Oh wait, nope, there it is. The key just wasn't in the right position. I haven't used this thing in quite a while. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Why no fuel pumping? Oh, there it goes. Wait, no. Yep, okay. It was just airlocked, I think, because the air vent wasn't open. There it goes. That's more like it, yeah. So we're gonna mix as much diesel in this motor oil as possible. I think the battery's definitely a little low, but you see, let me see if I can shine a light in here. There you go, now you can see. Started with about half a jug of motor oil. So I've got this filled up pretty darn close to the top. We just gotta put a splash of gasoline in this and it should be runnable. All right, we got a can of gas here. And like I said, just a splash. We only want maybe 5 or 10% of this to be mixed with gasoline in the, well, I was going to say summer, but it ain't winter yet. It's still warm enough out that... That's probably enough since about a third of this is actual diesel, which actually gives me a lot of peace of mind. Because running straight up oil cut with gas, well, sometimes the injection pump on diesel engines, they don't tend to like that very much. They like it better, you know, if it's proper WMO, like processed properly and everything. Now it's time for the moment of truth. This old Hyundai generator is diesel, and it's pretty much disposable to me, you know, it's barely hanging on there. So, well, actually that could be a problem. Because getting it to start on regular diesel can be a hassle, but since it's low on compression, it burns oil, it makes it a little bit less concerning to me to run this mixture in it. Oh, see, that still looks a little bit thick. You want the viscosity to feel like it's diesel. You do not want the viscosity to feel like it does right now, where it's like really thinned out motor oil. You don't want it to seem like it's motor oil still at all. Hopefully I didn't just overcorrect to this. It's probably fine. We're only running a couple gallons of this through the generator, and this is the first time I've ever done it to this one, so every once in a while with a slightly improper mix isn't going to be the end of the world on an old mechanically injected piece of junk like this. See, that viscosity right there is much better. Much better. And it's going to mix with what's in the tank. It'll thicken up a little bit more than this. That's why I over-mixed what was in the jug. But you see now that's pouring much more like how you want diesel to pour. The viscosity, it feels correct. Now we got couple gallons of fuel in here. We can probably add about 25% to our batteries with this mixture, and that'll get us through till the sun comes up and the solar's going, and I can get to a fuel station and get some proper diesel to keep on hand because my dumbass run out. Alright, you might think this might catch fire. It won't. It's fine. Let's see if it starts. Uh-oh. Oh, good. If the battery was bad, I was gonna cry. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump it, aren't I? This thing hasn't been ran a long time, so that's understandable. Okay, we're hooked up with jumper cables. This is attempt number 2. I'm gonna run the glow plugs. That's probably, I got diesel on my watch. That's probably long enough. Come on, baby. We'll give it a break. Come on, baby, you can do it. Oh, my flashlight's dying. Little preheat. Come on, baby, you can do it. Seriously? I'm gonna hold this intake heater for a whole minute. Come on! Okay, time to go find a can of Cosby sauce. There isn't a drop of starting fluid here, so I'm going to point this heat gun in the intake manifold. I just spent the last 15 or 20 minutes taking the air filter assembly off of this engine, and this is going to act like a big old preheater. So hopefully it works. We're gonna let it cook for a minute, and I'll hit the preheater. Come on, baby. I know it's freaking 60 degrees outside, but you gotta start. Smoke. Come on, where there's smoke, there's fire. Set something on fire in here? Come on. What is going on with this thing? Why will it not start? So we got fuel? Getting to the damn fuel builder? What is going on here? Oh yeah, we got fuel. So what in the world's going on? The fuel smells fine. It smells and feels like my homemade fuel. It's got plenty of lubricity and spin. leak. I mean, what else? What else could I be fighting against here, damn it? Oh shit! I see smoke! Could this be it? There was air in the fuel line! Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about! I think. When I pulled the fuel line off, air must have come out of it. It was trapped in it. Okay, there's only one thing left to do now, and that's put it back together with an air filter and everything and get it charging the battery. Alright, we got it put back together. Knowing my luck, it won't start again. But it's one thing to run on homemade diesel, but we got to put this thing under a 1800 watt load. So let's get this thing fired back up. And I know that I should bleed the fuel line every time a machine runs out of diesel. It's just this one seemed like it was self-bleeding. Every time it ever ran out of diesel, I poured in new diesel and it started right up and it bled itself. So maybe it's just because the homemade diesel is a little thicker or something, but it didn't do that this time. So the only reason I didn't bleed the fuel line is because it's never needed it bled before. It's always self-bled. It has a history of just starting right up and working. So, oh, I better start it first. And that right there is a success. 11 hours to full. We ought to run for 2 or 3 hours, get some charge back in these batteries. Thank you so much for watching.